This is a segment about the benefits of accreditation. Now, at any point in watching the video, feel free to put it on pause and look more closely at one of the slides. But really, I encourage you to download the slides, which come with a number of detailed notes that will have more information than anything I'm going to say. None of this, though, is a substitute. None of the videos are a substitute for attending the Accreditation Institute, held annually along with NASPAA's annual conference. If you're seeking initial accreditation or reaccreditation, you should send at least one person to the Accreditation Institute, because that's where you'll have an opportunity to practice the concepts and the tools that we're covering in the videos. So, why would you want to seek accreditation when realistically it's taking time, resources, energy, even sending people to the Accreditation Institute? One reason, and an important one, is because your program will be better as a result of it. That is, you're going to learn from completing the self-study. You're going to get a guide to how to do the self-study, and everyone involved with your program should be engaged in that self-study, which is going to take at least a year. For initial accreditation, it could easily take you a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years. The process of going through that self-study means that NASPAA has set a set of guidelines and criteria that are very systematic that you work your way through. Students, faculty, administrators, potentially employers, alumni, and others may play a role in this process. And they assess your program, your mission, what you're trying to do, how you're trying to do it, how you know you're succeeding, trying to figure out if you are in fact running a program strategically and engaging in strategic planning. So in the process of doing this and all these conversations, these various parties also can come to some, if not consensus, an agreement of some sort, and that in itself can be valuable. You'll identify gaps, even in the best run programs, that you might be able to fill and say, well, we can do this better. And in fact, NASPAA's entire accreditation approach is to encourage programs to improve continuously and manage themselves strategically to improve continuously. And for international programs that often need some form of local government or governmental approval, being accredited by a reputable organization like NASPAA can sometimes make that pro forma. No guarantees, but it makes it easier. Another important reason to go through an accreditation process like this is because it's a validation process. It's like a seal of approval. It's voluntary, it's not mandated by anyone, but if you are essentially agreeing to comply with this set of standards, you're appealing for an independent assessment of your operation, and that sends a signal to all the important parties that you interact with in your program. Your students see it as a signal that, well, I'm going to have the resources at this program to learn what I need to learn to pursue my career in public service. The employers are going to see this as a seal that you have the resources and are doing a good job of graduating students with the competencies that they need to improve public service. Even within your host institution, other administrators are essentially saying, yes, you'll have the resources you need to pursue your mission and manage effectively. So the advantage of all of this is that you're sending a very strong signal about your quality to a number of different stakeholders. Now, another reason is to increase your visibility. Essentially, accreditation improves your reputation. Other accredited programs know more about you. You know more about other accredited programs. You learn about other programs, and they learn about you. And also, it's an opportunity or a validation and a signal about creating partnerships. If you want to engage in exchange programs with faculty, with student research collaboration, and so on, working among accredited institutions tells you something about their resources and their ability to partner with you. Maybe the most important reason for committing, at least at a conceptual level, to accreditation is because it is a commitment. It demonstrates your commitment to improving public service. It demonstrates your commitment to improving the profession of public affairs education. Because being an accredited program means that you're demonstrating your engagement with both the profession of public education and public service. You're working with other educators to improve the profession. I mean, accrediting programs play a great role also in preserving and promoting public service values throughout the world. So this is a sign of your commitment to something that you sort of take for granted, but it validates it, and you're in a community that is doing this. The mindset that I'd encourage you to bring to accreditation is a mindset that is not necessarily just instrumental. That is, tell me the 12 things I have to do, I'll check them off, I'll do them once every 7 years, I'll get accredited, I can use the NASPAA logo, accreditation logo on my website and prep materials. That's valid, but we encourage you to treat accreditation and your mindset as you approach accreditation in a more intrinsic way. Ideally, your motivation is to say, look, we want to try and comply voluntarily with this set of standards because that will help us improve our program and improve public service. So if you have questions about anything in this video, please feel free to email them to the address on the slide. We're going to try and answer them either directly in a frequently asked questions that's going to be posted or on site at the Accreditation Institute.